Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Schuford Gymnasium for the second game of our doubleheader here today between the visiting Coker Cobras and your Lenoir-Rhyne Bears. Bears are looking to move 2-0 here today against the Coker Cobras after an opening victory, 74-58 by the women's side. Now it's the men's team's time to play here. First, the visiting Coker Cobras coming at 2-7 on the season and 1-4 in the SAC conference. And the starting lineups for both squads. First for the Cobras, at guard number 1, Jalen Stewart. At guard number 3, Royce Hunter. At guard number 5, KJ Harris. At forward number 14, Williams Onyodi. And at forward number 20, Dakota Jennings. And now for your Lenoir-Rhyne Bears starting lineup. Bears coming in at 5-5 on the season and 1-4 in SAC play. At guard number 1, Davion Bradford. At guard number 3, Mason Hawks. At guard number 10, Darius Simmons. At guard/forward number 21, RJ Gunn. And at center at number 33, Cooper Fowler. Cobras are led by Hunter. Royce Hunter is averaging 15.8 points per game and 4.3 rebounds per game, along with Lindsay, who's averaging 9 points and 4.2 rebounds as well. Your Bears are led by RJ Gunn with 21.1 points per game and Simmons averaging 16.1 points per game off the bench, but has been starting in the last couple of games. And Bears are coming off a victory against Wingate on New Year's night, 79-72. And Cooper Fowler led the way for LR with 22 points and 10 rebounds and hit some clutch three-pointers. And yes, I did say Cooper Fowler. If you're looking at that roster, Cooper Fowler standing at a modest 6'11". Able to knock it down from distance has been really good for this LR team. If they can get him going on the low block and able to stretch the floor, that's a really dangerous player for LR. But, you know, your bread and butter got to go with RJ Gunn. He's a force offensively, kind of slashing and getting his mid-range jump shot going. And he is an athletic freak of nature, is RJ Gunn, as you've seen him before with athletic putback dunks as well as posters dunking on people. And then Simmons, he's got a smooth game, a smaller stature, standing at 5'11", but he's got a really smooth game, able to find holes and knows where to pick his spots. And he's very surgical on the offensive end. So as we're about 5 minutes away from opening tip-off here in the second game of our doubleheader, we'll be back shortly with game predictions and what I want to see matchup-wise from both sides here on Bear Sports Network. We are back here at Schieffer Gymnasium, about to begin things, get things rolling here. The men's sides are about to play here. What I really wanted to focus on were my game keys for LR. I think they got to get going from distance. LR is shooting 34.6% from three. I mean, if you're talking about one person, that's pretty good, but if you're talking about elite three-point shooting teams, that could be a tad higher for LR. It could be up closer to 40%. So I'm looking for LR to really get going here today from distance, and I'm calling that LR makes more than 12 three-pointers here today. They make 12 or over. So looking for them to do that. And then I think it begins here with RJ Gunn and Cooper Fowler. You're 6'11" for a reason. If you had a big game yesterday, in the last game, kind of caught us by surprise in how effortless Cooper Fowler looked out there on the court. And if he can bring that every given night, he's going to be a really dangerous, bright spot for this LR basketball team, especially only being a freshman. So look for him to get going too. So like I said, if LR can knock 12 or more three-pointers down, this game should be theirs. And for the Coker Cobras, you got to get going. You got to get hot early. You guys are a good team when Royce Hunter gets things going, the 6'3" guard from Houston, Texas. So, he's going to be wanting all the shots, or the majority of the shots, for the Cobras. So you got to get him going early, as we're about a couple minutes away here from opening tip-off. So now the starting and introductions. So we're about to tip things off. It looks like it's going to be Dakota Jennings and RJ Gunn in the middle. And Cobras able to control as Jennings wins the tip. And a strong drive in, but denied by Davian Bradford. And left-handed jump hook is good for Dakota Jennings. Looks like Bradford will run the point here for LR. Trying to get some motion going. You see Hawks moving in. Cobra's in the zone. RJ Gunn gonna fire from distance and gets it to go from the corner. That's a good sign for LR if they can get going from outside. As you see, the Cobras were early on in that zone look. Good defense by Bradford, stopping the drive by Williams. Now into the points. Aniadi's going to have to put it up. And rims out. Fowler not able to grab the board. Bears still in man defense. And ball up in the air. Hawks gets it for the Bears. And looks like the Cobras are still in that 2-3 zone look. That means the corners are going to be wide open from distance if they can swing the ball around. And in a zone look like this, you can't be stagnant on the offensive end. And Bears are doing a good job of swinging the rock around. Three-pointer fired. That is short off the rim. Bradford trying to stay with Royce Hunter, the leading scorer for the Cobras. Bradford not able to secure that board, but keeps the possession here for LR. Bradford with the ball. Nice pullback crossover into the post. Fowler, mid-range jump shot. Leaves it short. That's the look if you're Cooper Fowler. You got to go inside out, especially if you know if you know that people can read you, especially Fowler, who has got that touch from distance. If he can get going on the inside, he can really stretch the floor. They're swinging the ball around now. Gunn here on the wing. Gunn looking to go to work. Simmons will fire from distance. He gets it to go. Darius Simmons gets on the score sheet. And Bradford able to poke that one away. Now talking to the coaching staff here for LR, talking to Coach Corliss and Coach Simmons. Bradford is that kind of Kawhi Leonard two-way player here for the Bears. Very good on the defensive end. If you need someone to go lock down the best player on the opposite team, you're going to get Davion Bradford to do that. And Fowler goes up vertical. And a pass up ahead, not able to get that one to go. And able to kiss it off the glass right there is Chandler Lindsay. DK Simmons now fires another three. And Simmons long on that attempt. And I think the Cobras are allowing the Bears to, free will to shoot from the outside in this early onset. Not really stopping them from the outside. And they're going to call a hold right here, a foul on number 3, Mason Hawks. We're going to have our first media timeout here in the game. Your Bears are up 6-4 here on Bears Sports Network.
In NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student-athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student-athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student-athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement
So we're back here at Schuford Gymnasium. LR is up 6-4 if you're just tuning in with 16 minutes remaining here in the first half. It's been back and forth early on, but kind of a slow start offensively for both squads. Have had various opportunities to score. As you see Hunter now pivoting around, good defense, a swing to the corner, and a three-pointer put up by number 2 Chandler Lindsay. And a great rebound by RJ Gunn. Hawks will now run the set here for the Bears. A pass up ahead for Fowler. And that's going to be an errant pass, a turnover on the Bears. If you're going to look to throw that ball up, you got to put it to where only Cooper Fowler can get it. I mean, standing at 6'11", you'd think it would be pretty easy to put a pass up to him, but, you know, there are some athletes on this team, this Coker's team, and they can absolutely jump out of the gym, and you got to love that from Mason Hawks. I mean, that wasn't a flop. That was a great position, able to draw the charge, but if you could hear the sound on the court, definitely a verbal flop by Mason Hawks. He's going to sell that call every day of the week, and you'd love that if you're your coach Sullivan. And Fowler, a nice turnaround jump shot, but left it short once again. He's getting to his spots, but not able to get anything to go yet. A pivot. Gunn, good job of not jumping on that release, and that one will touch the top of the shot clock and go out of bounds. Bears ball. So if you were hoping for a barn burner or a shootout, well, you've been wrong so far. In this first 6 minutes of this match, it's been a very close stalemate, back and forth defensively. No team has really been able to kind of take the lead from the offensive end. Hey, you know what they say, defense wins championships, and right now both of these teams have been top-notch defensively. Under 5 on the clock. Simmons now out to Gunn in the corner for 3, and that's good for RJ Gunn. 2 for 2 from distance. 9-4 here, 14 minutes left to play. Tough shot by Royce Hunter, but there's a reason why he is the Cobras' leading scorer. I see Hawks looking for the set from Coach Sullivan. High pick and roll with Fowler. Gunn going to fire another 3. Left that one short. And good defense by Bradford. Able to kind of swipe down and poke the ball free. But it's going to remain Coker Cobra's ball. So 9-6 here with 13:45 remaining. Fowler's going to take a breather. That's going to bring in number 13, Zim Fields, the freshman from Savannah, Georgia. Will check in the game for the first time here today, as well as number 12, Tyson McClain, redshirt sophomore from Spartanburg, South Carolina. So we're straightening some things out at the table. Looks like we're getting ready to go here. It's going to be Cobra's possession. Looking to inbound the ball. Gunn playing good defense, a backdoor cut, and I believe stepped out of bounds right there was Chandler Lindsay. Good job by McClain to force the turnover. Didn't give up that easy backdoor cut. Zim Fields now handling the point guard responsibilities. Fields standing at 6'4". He's got some height with him, the freshman. McClain going to fire from distance, and he gets the three-pointer to go. That's three-pointer number 4 for the Bears. 12 points on 4 threes. Bears have been looking good from distance. And a three-pointer fired and matched on the other end by number 15, Malcolm Kennedy. Cobra still in this kind of modified, almost a 2-1-2 zone. Now into the corner for Hawks. He fires from 3, and he knocks it down. 3-ball, corner pocket, Mason Hawks. And, I mean, right now I'm looking like a man who's won the lottery. The Bears have had all their points off three-pointers. That's 5 3-pointers to start the game. I had them making 12 in this ball game, and they're off to a good start. And some offensive rebounds for the Cobras, and the Bears not able to corral the board. I think that's been one of the things we've stressed all season for the Bears, is if they could get going on the offensive glass and the defensive glass, it's going to be tough. RJ Gunn at some points being the tallest player on the floor. Bears are going to have to rebound by committee. Gunn standing at about, 6'7". As you see, an air ball, three-pointer from the corner. Bradford has room to push. Out to the corner, Fields. And he lost the handle, but he was stripped. Another substitution checking in again. That'll be A.J. McQuaid checking into the game for the Coker Cobras. Gunn calling out the play. And another thing we need to point out is Fields gets hacked, and he'll go line for 2. Zim Fields, one of those highly touted freshmen for Lenoir-Rhyne that we talked to the coaches was going to have an immediate impact. So we'd have another immediate timeout as your Bears are up 15-9 here on Bear Sports Network.
Oh, this? I was playing catch a little too hard with the dog. He's got quite an arm. I've been through this before. It'll be better in a couple of days. Probably.
Visit one of Ortho Carolina's specialists right away by logging on to orthocarolina.com. Leave the waiting to this guy.
Come on, honey.
Ortho Carolina. You improved.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
As we're back here on the Bear Sports Network, we're going to show you a replay of the last drive by Zim Fields, and he got hacked there on his right hand going to the hole. He's going to go to the line for 2 now. So we were talking about earlier, Zim Fields, one of those highly touted freshmen. Zim Fields, talking to him, in person, And just seeing him, Zim Fields has some of the biggest hands I have ever seen in my life. I would love to, measure them out. He makes a basketball almost look like a baseball in his hands, the way they look. And I mean, standing at 6'4", that's it's no short measure. So he's able to get him an extra advantage, driving the hole and grabbing rebounds. And Bradford with the steal, and then missed the layup. I think he got caught in the decision whether or not to dunk it or lay it in with the finger roll, and that's always tough, especially when you can jam the ball like Bradford can, and Fowler misses the three-pointer. That's just, bad news bears. If you're Bradford right there, you got to get that one back. You got to shake it off. You got to move on to the next play. A drive and a big-time block by Fowler. Good job of going vertical. Bradford driving in a pullback crossover. A nice in and out. Bradford looking for some motions. McLean here on the wing. Mid-range jump shot, left it short. A drive in by Lindsay. Put up and an offensive board. Not able to get it to go, but Fowler comes up with another rebound. McLean turning, now Fowler going to fire from distance. Not able to get it to go from the top of the key, but an offensive rebound by the Bears. McLean driving in with the left. Sweeping in and gets it to go for two. Now extends the leads to 17-11. Bears up by 6. Bears still in that man defense. McLean playing tight right here on Stewart. Stewart, a deep mid-range jump shot. Bradford's able to, grab that board. Now he's looking to push. Sim Fields driving in with the left, and that's going to be goaltending. Count the basket for Zim Fields. 19-11 now. Bears on top. As Simmons checks back in the game along with Khalil Daly and RJ Gunn. Bears still in that man defense. And got beat backdoor with Simmons. Hunter able to put it in. Simmons, a mid-range jump shot. He gets it to go. Top of the key is Lindsay. Cobras trying to feed Hunter on the post on the smaller Simmons. Good defense by Daly, able to read the passing lane. And Hawks will now call out a play. See some motions. McLean in motion. Simmons there on the wing. Almost able to keep his dribble alive after tripping. Simmons, a no-look three-pointer. Simmons from downtown, adding to the lead. And that's a timeout for the Coker Cobras. Your Bears are up by 11 here on Bear Sports Network.
Paramount Kia in Hickory. We want to see you driving a new Kia or, hey, a quality pre-owned Kia. We've got a huge selection of new and pre-owned Kias. You got to get to Paramount Kia in Hickory, Highway 70, ParamountKia.com.
I knew that there was an opportunity to have my college paid for if I was good enough to play baseball at that level. That was going to make a big difference in my family. D2 baseball gave me an opportunity to play at a high level and to get an education that's going to be valuable for me throughout the rest of my life. I chose to take my experience of being a student athlete and pursue that within my career and to get a master's degree. If I wouldn't have had a baseball scholarship, there'd be no chance that I'm doing what I'm doing today.
As we're back here on Bears Sports Network here in Schufer Gymnasium, you see DK Simmons lost the dribble here on his knees. And the no-look three-pointer, able to stare down the defender and drill it from the top of the key. That's NBA range by Darius Simmons. As the LR is now shooting 6 for 11 from three-point range. That is really efficient here on the early onset of this one. 24 points. They're halfway to where I thought they would be, making 12 or more threes in this game. I mean, if you're going to continue to run zone, if you're the Coker Cobras, you're going to keep giving these three-pointers off, and the Bears are going to make you pay. Now at the top of the key is Kennedy. Into the post. A fadeaway jump shot's good for Hunter. Simmons going to call out a play. Looking for some motions. Gun at the top of the key now. Daly. Trying to feed the post. Gunn looking to go to work. Gunn, a fadeaway jump shot, and that's pretty. RJ Gunn getting to his spot on the baseline. Connects for the Bears. Hunter being guarded by Mason Hawks. Lindsay with the ball. Now trying to work it around. Good defense by Daly. And a three-pointer is going to have to be put up, and that's a deep one by Chandler Lindsay from the top of the key. Into Gunn again on the baseline, trying to get to that spot. He loves that little post move. RJ Gunn's got a load of tricks in his bag. Able to find another post hook to go. That's 4 straight points for RJ Gunn. And offensive rebound there by the Cobras. Put up another offensive rebound, and that one is good to go by Malcolm Kennedy. And a drive by McLean, not able to finish it, but he's going to go to the line for 2. So far, I've loved the energy and intensity from this Bears team. They've been playing great here from the offensive end and really picked it up. What was once a slow 6-4 ball game has steadily improved to 29-20. Still could get better there on the offensive end, but from distance, they've looked absolutely incredible. And then this Coker Cobras team have been doing a good job there on the offensive glass. They've been playing tough on the glass and have really kept themselves back in this game. The lane violations called on Lenoir-Rhyne. That will erase that free throw made by McLean. And be Cobras ball, and the Bears are going to pick up the Cobras full court. Lindsay being harassed by Daly. Three-pointer fired, and that's good for Royce Hunter. That's what the Cobras need. They need Hunter to heat up here if they're going to have any chance in this game. Their leading scorer, the Cobras, averaging 15.8 points per game. See Fowler there on the outside, Bradford. Now Fowler by those lonesome for three, and he gets it to go. Fowler, the big man, trying his luck from distance. Wasn't able to make the first couple ones, but cash in on that. And an illegal screen will be called on number 20, Dakota Jennings, and that will be going the other way. Zim Fields has re-entered the game for LR. Simmons now out to Fowler. Inside to Zim Fields. Fields able to secure that one. Gunn now going to fire from distance. Left it short. And Zim Fields comes up with the steal. He's trying to go off strong. A nice dump off to Bradford, and that's great teamwork by the Bears. Lindsay up at the top. Bears still in a man defense. They're switching on everything, though. And tough defense by Simmons, but he's going to come up with the foul. And that's going to be an and one. So we show you the replay here from Zim Fields. Swiping that ball with those big paws he calls for hands and dumping it off right there to Bradford with the left. That's going to bring number 15, Malcolm Kennedy, to the line. Trying to complete the traditional three-point play. Fowler inside to Gunn. Gunn looking to go to work with the left, and he gets the little turnaround. Lindsay with the ball. Now being guarded by Gunn. As Zim Fields fouls Hunter on the baseline. As Hawks re-enters the game, along with number 5, KJ Harris. And Hawks does not like that foul call. Believes Hunter might have sold it on the head fake. And we're going to have another media timeout here as your Bears are up 36-26 over the Coker Cobras.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
We're back here on Bears Sports Network. If you're tuning in, this is Ada Kaliande here on the call. Your Bears are up 36-26 here with a little under 4 minutes remaining here in the first half. It's been a three-point barrage for the Lenoir-Rhyne Bears as they've been absolutely lighting up from distance, shooting 7 of 13 from the outside. Now they got to get it done here on the defensive end. Into Hunter. Hunter likes that little mid-range, post fadeaway. Not able to get it to go. Bradford being guarded tightly by KJ Harris. Fields not able to get it to go. Now Gunn going up for defense and not able to block it and put up easily by Malcolm Kennedy. Bradford now going to reset as the Cobras are still in that box and one zone defensive look. 5 seconds left on the clock. In the corner, Bradford's got to put up. Simmons now fires, and he left it left on the rim. And drive, put up. McLean secures the board. Bears can go out and run now. Simmons driving in tough, and he gets hacked. He's going to go to the line for two. It's going to be called on Dakota Jennings. That'll be his second personal. Darius Simmons will now go in the line for two. Simmons, no good on the first attempt. And Simmons 0 for 2 at the line right there. Uncharacteristic there from Darius Simmons. A nice spin move and put up and in is Dakota Jennings able to get it to go over RJ Gunn. Simmons now inside to Gunn, outside to McLean for three, and it's good. Tyson McLean connects from the outside. A nice, beautiful passing there by the Bears. Looking like the San Antonio Spurs. Now working it around at the top of the wing. Trying to feed the post once again, and that's got to be an offensive foul right there by Dakota Jennings, just lowering his shoulder right into Bradford. Now checking in the game for the first time will be number 32, Ryan Carfley. Carfley staying at 6'9", so a little bit of a bigger presence there for the Cobras. They're still in that box and one zone look. Gunn on the baseline. McLean now trying to knife his way into the defense. Simmons the dump off into Gunn, and that's pretty basketball. When you have three defenders coming your way, there's got to be someone open, and Simmons is able to find Gunn. Now we're on to a minute left to play here in the first half. And Hunter able to bully his way into the paint and gets it to go for the Cobras. Bradford, now Fowler. Looking for some help here. Dribble handoff with Gunn. Gunn the step back. Simmons driving in strong with the left and not able to get it to go, but Fowler gets the board. Shot clock and game clock practically identical. And I believe there's the shot clock will be off. Just the game clock now. 10 seconds left on the clock to work for the Cobras. It's going to be Hunter, who's been the leading scorer here, going to pull up from 3, and he connects from the outside. 2 seconds left on the clock. Simmons going to pull from 40 and left it short off the rim. And that's the end of the first half, folks. Your LR Bears up 41-35 over the Coker Cobras, and we'll be back with more first half analysis and first half stats here on Bear Sports Network.
Oh, this? I was playing catch a little too hard with the dog. He's got quite an arm. I've been through this before. It'll be better in a couple of days. Probably.
Visit one of Ortho Carolina's specialists right away by logging on to orthocarolina.com. Leave the waiting to this guy.
Come on, honey.
Ortho Carolina. You improved.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's will you?
My path to a college degree would have been completely different had I not run Division II cross country for the University of Mount Olive. Having an athletic and academic scholarship was key for my success. Our coaches were really helpful with balancing out my academics and athletics. I decided to attend graduate school because I wanted to become an athletic director. Receiving the postgraduate scholarship through the NCAA provided me with the flexibility to choose the school that I wanted. So now I know that I can accomplish any goal that I set for myself.
In NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
I knew that there was an opportunity to have my college paid for if I was good enough to play baseball at that level. That was going to make a big difference in my family. D2 baseball gave me an opportunity to play at a high level and to get an education that's going to be valuable for me throughout the rest of my life. I chose to take my experience of being a student athlete and pursue that within my career and to get a master's degree. If I wouldn't have had a baseball scholarship, there'd be no chance that I'm doing what I'm doing today.
Paramount Kia in Hickory. We want to see you driving a new Kia or, hey, a quality pre-owned Kia. We've got a huge selection of new and pre-owned Kias. You got to get to Paramount Kia in Hickory, Highway 70, ParamountKia.com.
Everett Chevrolet Buick GMC is ready for another exciting football season. Everett has been a proud sponsor of the Lenoir-Rhyne Bears for 25 years, and we wish the Bears a safe and successful season. And August means it's all systems go for another winning season with the Carolina Panthers. We have a tradition of winning in the Carolinas, and when you want to be a winner in the car, truck, or SUV game, come see the sales and service champions at Everett, because if you didn't get an Everett deal, you dropped the ball, baby. Woo!
I love being busy in my garden. I got flowers to plant and beds to clean out. When I was feeling really tired and not like myself, I saw a doctor. Look at me now. The doctors were good, they worked with me, and they laughed with me. I'm back to doing everything I love. I needed a doctor, and I found the expert for my heart.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
And we are back here at Schuford Gymnasium. If you're just tuning in, you're watching Bears Sports Network here on the SAC Live. I'm Adekale on the call. You missed an exciting first half. Your LR Bears are up 41-35 over the Coker Cobras. You see the stat totals right there. Bears are shooting 53.3% from the field, 20% from the line, and 50% from three. They have 13 rebounds, 2 offensive, and 4 turnovers, while the Cobras shooting 42.9% from the field. They've made all their free throws, 50% from three, 21 rebounds, 8 being offensive, and only committed 7 turnovers. Bears are led in scoring by R.J. Gunn. He had 14 big first half points, along with Darius Simmons with 8 as well, and Tyson McClain had 9 there in the first half. Royce Hunter is already almost at his season total average at 14 points there in the first half. Lindsey with 7 and Malcolm Kennedy with 10. So in order for this LR Bears team to really hold off the Coker Cobras, they got to keep them off the offensive glass. As you see, 8 offensive rebounds, that's huge, which has led to 4 second chance points here for the Coker Cobras. So we got to limit those offensive rebounds. You're doing a good job. I mean, you're shooting 53.3% from the field, and we're talking about you playing slow in that first half. So if you're doing that at 53%, then, I mean, there's going to be more good things coming for you. If you're LR, continue to shoot the ball from the distance. You're 8 for 16. You got to keep stretching the floor. And if the Coker Cobras are going to continue to play you straight up in the zone and allow you to have space, you just got to find those passing lanes and keep your head up, because those backdoor lanes are wide open. As we're about a little under 6 minutes remaining here from beginning this second half. We'll be back soon here on Bear Sports Network. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, if you're just tuning in, we're back here at Schuford Gymnasium here on Bear Sports Network on the SAC Live. You've been watching an amazing first half between both the Visit Coker Cobras and your Lenoir-Rhyne, the Bears. The Bears are up 41-35 here. We're about a little bit under 30 seconds remaining here to start things here in the second half. And my keys for the second half for LR, gotta keep feeding the mouth that has gotten you here, and that's been RJ Gunn here in this first half with 14 huge points, and look for him to continue to keep going. And also, I think Simmons is going to heat up here in this second half. He's been having a quiet first half with 8 points, and I know you can rarely say that about a lot of players, that 8 points is quiet, but Simmons is a surgical scorer. He's really lethal in transition and on the drive. So look for him to get going here for LR. And also on the defensive end, I'm going to challenge Bradford to continue to lock up and shut down Hunter, as Hunter had 14 points off 6 of 11 shooting in that first half. And Bears are going to control and start off with possession. Dribble handoff at the top to keep Bradford. Going to expose that zone defense. It's going to be Hawks from distance. Left it short. And Fowler tried to back tap it, but not able to get it to go. Looks like the same starting 5 for LR and the same starting 5 for the Cobras. Hunter being guarded by Gunn. The step back 3 by Hunter. Not able to get the shooter's bounce. Hawks now over to RJ Gunn. Off 2, able to get it to go. Pretty hop step by RJ Gunn. Now pushing his total to 16 points. I think one of the biggest things for RJ Gunn, he is never out of control. He is smoother than a baby's bottom there on the offensive end. And good defense right there. As you see, Bradford forcing the issue. Now Gunn's going to fire from the corner. He gets it to go. RJ Gunn is heating up. Give him the takeover badge that you see in NBA 2K, because RJ Gunn is absolutely lighting it up so far. That's a quick 5 points, pushing his total to 19. And corrals the board. Swings it over to Bradford. And Bradford's going to call out the play. Going to get a motion, back screen. High pick and roll between 2 bigs. Now Fowler looking for a cut. No one's there. Simmons now driving in. Out to Fowler from the top of the key. And the big man gets another 3 to drop. That's his second 3-pointer of the game for Cooper Fowler. Just like that, the Bears have pushed their lead up to 14 points, what was once a 6-point ball game. Bears are on an 8-0 run. Late in the shot clock, a deep 3 is going to have to be fired, and that's going to go out of bounds. It's going to be Bears ball. And a timeout's going to be called by the Coca Cobras. So we show you a replay here of Simmons' drive and Cooper Fowler, the big man, stroking it from distance. And we'll be back shortly here on Bear Sports Network. So we're back here on Bear Sports Network. If you just tuned in or you missed the last 2-minute stretch from the Bears, they've been on an 8-0 run here to push the lead up to 14 points. RJ Gunn has been heating up as we show you a replay. Gunn firing from the corner. Gunn has had 5 points here in this half, to add to his 14 points in the first half, and is already closing in on his season average of 21 points per game. So I was talking about earlier, everything seems to come to RJ Gunn very easily. His work ethic has very much steadily improved over the course of him being here at Lenoir-Rhyne, and everything is coming to him easily and looks smooth now. And that's got to be all the hours in the gym, all the hours put in. You see a foul committed there by the Cobras, going to remain LR ball. Fowler, now the top of the key, dribble handoff with Gunn, almost lost it. Mason Hawks now trying to find Fowler. Gunn at the top of the key, he's going to have to fire. 2 seconds left, the step back jump shot, and it's good for RJ Gunn. Doing his best James Harden impression right there. The headband and the beard. Gets it to go. And I believe a foul is going to be called. A legal screen on number 20, Dakota Jennings. You show you that replay. Gunn saw the shot clock was late. The step back, the lefty gets it to go. Can't tell you how much the game of basketball has changed with that step back. Shots that weren't even imagined before are now somewhat easier to put up, and Simmons able to connect from distance. And then that shot, the step back shot, is an unimagined degree of difficulty, but allows users. And Bradford comes up with the rip and goes up for the jam. Davion Bradford. How's the air up there? Able to turn defense into offense. And Bradford is known for putting people on posters. Had 2 early on last year. And a mid-range jump shot put up and good by Royce Hunter. Gunn now with the ball, trying to split the middle. Out to Hawks. Hawks off the screen. Kicks it out to RJ Gunn for 3, and he gets it halfway in and out, but not able to get it to go. Still working the ball around. Hunter driving in, and Hunter has a nice patience to his game. He's able to kind of shield the ball and battle through contact and find the window. And that's why he's this Coker Cobras team leading scorer on the season. Hunter going to fire from distance. Left it short. Gunn going to reset. Coker Cobras still in this zone look. Into Fowler. Fowler with the left, and he left it short. Would have loved to see him kind of step further up and keep his chest square to the basket on that baby hook. He might have been able to kiss it off the glass. Now Lindsay will reset at the top of the key for the Cobras. Trying to put up a lob. Fowler's there, trying to go vertical, and he gets called for a foul, I believe. And we're going to have a media timeout here, and we'll be back shortly here on Bear Sports Network.
My path to a college degree would have been completely different had I not run Division II cross country for the University of Mount Olive. Having an athletic and academic scholarship was key for my success. Our coaches were really helpful with balancing out my academics and athletics. I decided to attend graduate school because I wanted to become an athletic director. Receiving the postgraduate scholarship through the NCAA provided me with the flexibility to choose the school that I wanted. So now I know that I can accomplish any goal that I set for myself.
We're back here on Bear Sports Network. We're about to show you a replay of that last defensive effort by Davion Bradford. Gets the steal and the dunk on the other end. Defense into offense. Bears have a commanding lead, 56-39, with 13:52 remaining here in the second half. They're up by 17. The leading scorer for the game is R.J. Gunn with 21 huge points on the night. Darius Simmons has 11 himself. McLean has 9. Fowler 6. And the lone leading scorer for the Cobras is Royce Hunter. Simmons is going to handle the point responsibilities now. Still in that zone look. Backdoor pass to Fields. Now McLean open in the corner for 3, and he rimmed out on that attempt. Bears have been shooting now 11 of 22 from 3, 50% from the field from distance. So shots made by the Cobras, reducing the lead to 15 points. As Gunn's trying to flash there, Simmons in the corner, and Simmons connects from distance. That's what I asked for Simmons to do, is to kind of get back into this game and heat up. He had 8 first half points and now has 14 on the game, 6 in the second half. Good defense by McLean, coming up with the block on Hunter. Simmons pushing it up ahead to McLean. McLean in the corner from 3, and he gets it to go. It's a 3-point onslaught for the Bears. They are now 13 of 24 from distance. And they've made my prediction correct here so far. 12 or more threes in this game, and I felt like LR had it in the bag, but still a lot of time left to play. 12 minutes remaining here. Lenoir-Rhyne is up by 18. So we talked about basketball as a game of runs. Anything can happen. Simmons will fire another 3. Heat check. 3 for 3 in this half for Darius Simmons. Simmons now has 17 points on the game. That's going to be KJ Harris at the top of the key, high pick and roll. A 3-pointer will be fired left short, an air ball. And Hawks was able to secure the board, but will be out of bounds. We're going to have another immediate timeout here as your Bears are up 65-44 here on Bear Sports Network.
In NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student-athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student-athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student-athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement
So we're back here on Bear Sports Network. I'm Adekale Ande here on the call. The Lenoir-Rhyne Bears are up 65-44 over the Coker Cobras, and it's been a 3-point barrage here in this ball game so far with still 11:24 remaining. The Lenoir-Rhyne Bears are 14 of 25 from distance, shooting 56% from the promised land. Another three-pointer fired, and that time it's good for the Cobras. Cobras are shooting 6 of 14. Not so bad themselves, but it's been the biggest difference maker here in this ball game is that LR has 14 three-pointers. Zim Fields driving in now, splits the defense, goes up with the left, and he's fouled. He's going to go to the line for 2. Still a lot of time to be played here in this ball game. LR's up by 18. Zim Fields has been really bright spot here today for the Bears. Sinks that first free throw. Bears have had 14 points off their bench. Tyson McLean has been a really good bright spot with 12 points off the bench, and along with been a handful of other players. I believe Zim Fields is the only other one who scored off the bench, but it's been a lot of good things on the defensive end as well. And Hunter connects once again, now improving to 22 points. Fowler at the top of the key denies the handoff. Backdoor goes Fields. Now McLean going to fire from 3. Left it short off the rim. Stewart driving in tough and count the basket for Jalen Stewart. He'll go to the line for the traditional three-point play. And that one is missed by Stewart. 15-point ball game. Lenoir-Rhyne up with 10 minutes remaining. Cooper Fowler, high pick and roll with Zim Fields. Zim Fields surveying up with the left, not able to get it to go off the rim. And that's a speedy player right there. Chandler Lindsay showing off his speed. Going coast to coast for 2. Fowler fires from distance and rattles one in. Another three-pointer for Lenoir-Rhyne, and that's going to cause a timeout for the Coker Cobras. Your Bears are up 69-53 here on Bear Sports Network.
Oh, this? I was playing catch a little too hard with the dog. He's got quite an arm. I've been through this before. It'll be better in a couple of days. Probably.
Visit one of Ortho Carolina's specialists right away by logging on to orthocarolina.com. Leave the waiting to this guy.
Come on, honey.
Ortho Carolina. You improved.
We're back here at Schuford Gymnasium. You've been watching Bear Sports Network here on the SAC Live. It's been a great afternoon and day for basketball here in Schuford Gymnasium. The women's side winning the first game against Coker, and now the men's side is up big here, up by 16 points with 9:29 remaining here in this ball game. And it's been a great game for Lenoir-Rhyne, and the only person to really put a thorn in their side has been Royce Hunter, the leading scorer for the Coker Cobras. Trying to feed Fowler in the post, and he's fouled immediately by Ryan Carfley. And it's been a three-point barrage here in this game so far for Lenoir-Rhyne. I believe they have 15 three-pointers. I got to check on that one to see if that's some sort of record for Lenoir-Rhyne. They've been shooting lights out here today. So there's still 9 minutes left to play. Now Fowler in the post on Carfley. Trying to go to work with the left, and he gets it to go. A pretty jump hook for Cooper Fowler. Hunter now with the ball here for the Cobras. And Hunter gets fouled, and he'll go to the line for two. Looks like the record for three-pointers for Lenoir-Rhyne is 19 against Newberry, which was set on January 15, 2014. So right now they have 15. They're four away from tying and 5 away from breaking it. There's a lot of time left for this team. There's a free throw knocked down right there. 71-54 ball game. 8:20 remaining. Bradford calling out a play. Takes a screen from Gunn. Fowler. Now Bradford on the ball. 5 seconds. Out to Gunn in the corner for 3. Left it strong. Fowler gets the board. Goes up with the left. And Cooper Fowler, the diaper dandy, the freshman, doing it all here for Lenoir-Rhyne. Shooting from the outside as well as clashing the offensive glass. Gets it for 2. Hunter is doing his all here for the Cobras, trying to keep them still in this game. Down 19. Hunter in the corner, guarding tightly by Hawks. And Hunter trying to knock down the 3 in the corner. And a foul will be called on Malcolm Kennedy. As you see, Bradford dish to the corner for Gunn. And look at Fowler crash the board, able to get it up and in for 2. And I think the best part about that move right there by Fowler was the fact that he didn't put the ball back down on the deck. So 73-54 ball game. We'll be back after this timeout here on Bear Sports Network.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division 2, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's will you?
Welcome back to Bear Sports Network. If you're just tuning in, Lenoir-Rhyne is up 73-54 here over the Coca Cobras, and it's been a huge afternoon for the Bears from distance. 15 of 28 from 3, 53.6%, has given them this huge 19-point advantage. And the leading scorer for Lenoir-Rhyne is still R.J. Gunn at 21 points. Darius Simmons with 17. Cooper Fowler is getting up there with 13 as well. It's been a big team effort, but everyone's been practically knocking down a three-pointer. Up to Hawks. And they're able to advance the ball as Hawks is weaving in and out. And now they'll set up the offense as Bradford calls out the play. Fowler trying to feed Gunn in the post. Gunn going to work with the left, and that one looked like it might have been goaltending. That one looked above the cylinder, but they're going to let that one go. As Lindsay settling things here for the Cobras. Now trying to feed the post. That's Chris Sweeney on Simmons, and Gunn able to reach in and get the steal. Great health side defense. Now Simmons constructing traffic here. Fowler going to fire from distance, and he knew that was in the moment he let it go, and he yells out a big woo like Ric Flair, number 4 of the day for Cooper Fowler. And that's going to be a bright spot if you're Lenoir-Rhyne and Coach Sullivan. If you have a 6'11" post player who can knock down three-pointers in that stretch big position, and it's so crucial to the game of basketball nowadays. And Mason Hawks is going to get called for the reach in. That's going to send Lindsay to the line for 2. Like I was saying, having that stretch big is so crucial nowadays. It's so good for spacing, allows open and easy driving lanes. As you see Bradford, a little pick and pop with Cooper Fowler, and he knew it as soon as he let it go. That was good. Lindsay knocks down the first free throw attempt. As McLean and Fields check back in, re-enter the game. And Fowler gets a nice applause right there, along with Davion Bradford. Up ahead to Simmons. A three-pointer fired, and he doesn't need to lob it to R.J. Gunn, as that's three-pointer number 17 for Lenoir-Rhyne. They're 2 away from tying the record. And a steal by McLean by his lonesome now. He's going to go up with the left and put it in for 2. And just like that, it's 81-56 with 5:21 remaining. Lenoir-Rhyne is up big here at Schuford Gymnasium. So we're back here at Schuford Gymnasium. You've been watching Bear Sports Network here on the SAC Live. I'm Otter Kaliande here on the call. It's been a great day for Lenoir-Rhyne basketball. Lenoir-Rhyne's up 81-56 over the Coker Cobras, and they've been absolutely lethal. I mean, from three-point land, they have 17 three-pointers on the game. They're 2 away from tying the single-game record in Lenoir-Rhyne's history with 19, and 3 away from breaking it. And a block by McLean from behind, but he's going to get called for the foul, and that's going to send Royce Hunter to the line for 2. And it's been a committee of players for Lenoir-Rhyne with three-pointers. Cooper Fowler has 4 on the day, 4 of 6. Mason Hawks 1 for 3. Darius Simmons 6 for 8. 6 for 9. RJ Gunn has 3. McLean has 3 of himself. So it's spread a whole bunch between 5 or 6 players. And that's a good sign for this Lenoir-Rhyne team, especially this Coker team, as they finally entered into a man defense, as they've been playing a zone defense, which has allowed LR to fire so many threes. Gunn now out to McLean. Mid-range jump shot. Left it short. As you see, Roy Ellis has checked in the game for the Cobras. Royce Hunter now driving in with the left. Ellis comes up with the board, left it short, puts it back up and gets it to go. Another offensive rebound for the Cobras. So we have 4:20 remaining. Hawks driving in, weaving. Now you see me, now you don't. Mason Hawks to the rack for 2. Simmons gets up after trying to take the charge, trying to put it up ahead to Zim Fields, and that is intercepted by Roy Ellis. Ellis driving in, and he's going to get fouled by Darius Simmons. That'll be his second personal foul and the team's 5th foul. So not yet in the bonus. I believe a timeout will be called by Lenoir-Rhyne, but we're going to stay here and just talk to you about what we've seen so far. Show you some replays. We see Mason Hawks, a nice hesitation, weaving in and out, and gets it to go with the right hand. As I was saying, Lenoir-Rhyne has just been top-notch here today on both ends defensively. I mean, if you're going to continue to play zone against this team, they're going to continue to shoot the ball from distance. Show you another replay. This one of Zim Fields up ahead. Simmons could have thrown the lob to Gunn, but he has been feeling it from three-point land, and he knocks it down. Simmons has 6 3-pointers on the day. So we're under 4 minutes left to play here in this game. Lenoir-Rhyne is up 83-59, and at this rate, I think LR might make it to 100 points. Just those totals for you. Lenoir-Rhyne 17 of 30 from 3, 56.7%. Darius Simmons with 20 points, 6 of 9 from 3. RJ Gunn 21 points. Tyson McLean 14. Cooper Fowler has 16. Bradford 4, Hawks 5. And I think the thing that stands out to me the most is the Bears only have 5 turnovers to the Coker Cobras 12. As Roy Ellis is at the line, not able to connect on the first free throw. And Roy gets it to go. Fowler at the top of the key. Trying to find a backdoor cut to Fields, and that's shut off. Now McLean. Fowler going to fire from distance again. He gets it to go. 3-pointer number 5, and Fowler got a little big smile on his face, as that's number 18 on the day for Lenoir-Rhyne. And the Cobras call another timeout. Bears are up, Lenoir-Rhyne calls the timeout. Bears are up 26, 86-80. And we'll be back shortly here on Bear Sports Network.
Paramount Kia in Hickory. We want to see you driving a new Kia or, hey, a quality pre-owned Kia. We've got a huge selection of new and pre-owned Kias. You got to get to Paramount Kia in Hickory, Highway 70, ParamountKia.com.
I knew that there was an opportunity to have my college paid for if I was good enough to play baseball at that level. That was going to make a big difference in my family. D2 baseball gave me an opportunity to play at a high level and to get an education that's going to be valuable for me throughout the rest of my life. I chose to take my experience of being a student athlete and pursue that within my career and to get a master's degree. If I wouldn't have had a baseball scholarship, there'd be no chance that I'm doing what I'm doing today.
Break the record. As we're back here on Bear Sports Network, we're showing you the replay of that last three-pointer from Cooper Fowler. A little couple steps behind the line and able to knock it in with full confidence from the big man. As we said before, they are one three-pointer away from tying the single-game record for Lenoir-Rhyne. So they have 18 three-pointers, 18 of 31 from distance. Cobras now inbound to Carfley. A jump shot fired, and really strong on that one. Nothing but air for Roy Ellis. High pick and roll right there. Fowler with the ball. Dribble handoff to Zim Fields. He's going in strong, and he gets blocked by Chandler Lindsay. And Cooper Fowler trying to get the block. Is going to pick up the foul as Roy Ellis gets the and one. Ellis on the free throw, and he gets it to go. Sim Fields calling out the play. Under 3 minutes left to play here in this ball game. Lenoir-Rhyne up by 23. And you know they want to break this record. I'm sure they don't know, but at this point you got to assume you're getting close to it. Fowler, the jab step, goes in with the left. And he's going to be out of bounds. Turnover there for Lenoir-Rhyne. Lindsay with the ball. Swung inside. Three-pointer fired, deep three by number 15, Malcolm Kennedy is good. 20-point game now. McLean driving in. Zim Fields. Out to McLean now. Fowler going to fire from three again. He gets it to go. Cooper Fowler is unconscious out here. Absolutely lining it up from distance. Give that man deep range dead eye. They tied the Lenoir-Rhyne record at 19 three-pointers. One away from breaking it. As Lenoir-Rhyne ties the record of 19 three-pointers with Cooper Fowler's three. They have an opportunity to break it here. A minute 13 remaining. They might hold on the gas, but if Cooper Fowler gets open, he might let it fly from distance. As Daly will fire, and he misses it. McLean trying to back tap it. And I think they might run out of time here to break that record. It's put up on the rim. Fowler. 48 seconds remaining. And McLean might just elect to hold it. They might get another look off. It's Fowler with the ball. And the Daly Now driving in strong, trying to put it up. And Daly could just elect to hold it. 4 seconds left on the clock. McLean going to fire for three, and he is halfway in and out. And a foul's going to get called on I believe Cooper Fowler. It's going to be a 1-and-1 here. Excuse me, it's going to be on Elijah Shabazz. And that's going to send Roy Ellis to the line. Bears still up by 20 here, 89-69. 15.9 seconds remaining. I mean, at this point, you got to think they're going to hold the ball out. But if they wanted to, they could just break it for record's sake and have a historic night here. And McLean might just hold it off here. And I think he'll do just that. And that's the game, folks, as Lenoir-Rhyne wins this one 89-70 as the LR Bears tie the single game record for three-pointers made in the game, and 19 three-pointers. LR was led by Cooper Fowler and Darius Simmons, both making 6 three-pointers apiece. It's a big game for Lenoir-Rhyne as they move to 2-4 in conference play and 6-5 on the season. The Coker Cobras dropped to 1-5 and 2-8 on the season. 2-0 here today over the Coker Cobras are the Lenoir-Rhyne Bears. It was a good one all around. It was a slow start, but it turned out and shaped up to be a really exciting matchup between both sides here in this one. RJ Gunn had it going in the first half for Lenoir-Rhyne, but then Darius Simmons and Cooper Fowler really took over in that second half, just shooting lights out from distance. And that was a really pretty game to watch all around. I mean, as you see this one, Coker finished 43.5 from the field, 69.2 from the free throw line, and 41.2 from three. Had 38 rebounds, 12 offensive rebounds, and 12 turnovers. While Lenoir-Rhyne finished with 54.8% from the field, 28.6 from the free throw line, and 55.9 from the three-point line, making 19 three-pointers and only committing 6 turnovers. That's a really efficient game for Lenoir-Rhyne, and that's why they came out on top. If I have to give my game ball, it's going to be the Darius Simmons, finishing 6 for 9 for 3. And a great game from him, really leading this Lenoir-Rhyne team. And it's been a great day for Lenoir-Rhyne basketball here on Bear Sports Network. I'm Anna Kaliande on the call, and I wish you a great evening.